Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Different, and welcome to Different World YouTube channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful day like me, your girl. And if not, you better be manifesting, planning, and preparing for a better one because it's surely coming to you all for sure. Alright, you guys, so if this is your first time to my YouTube channel, yes, my name is Different. I'm an author, motivational speaker, and CEO of Third Eye Entertainment LLC, a business that strives to bring social awareness to society through our products and services in which educate, inspires, and entertains all at once. So if this is your first time to my YouTube channel, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe button before you leave so you can get those notifications when I'm dropping these content for you guys. But for those who know about me and have subscribed to my channel, welcome back. Today is our, what's today? Wednesday, yes. So we're going to be dropping our podcast, an interview that I did, what was this, like a year ago, back in, actually, it dropped I did this with a guy by the name of Andrew during that Mental Ginger show. So big shout out to him. He's a Scottish guy out there in the UK, ripping shit up. He's doing big things. His career is taking off with a lot of success, man. And so I'm very happy for him. He just started his YouTube channel just like me 2 years ago. And he's starting to take off just as what I've been preaching and telling those who's going after their dreams. He's one of these guys, and I'm so happy with the opportunity I had to come on to his podcast and speak with him about my book, What If, the Controversial Paradigm Shift, as well as we got to talk about a lot of things, the power of manifestation, chakra healing, and not to mention he was, I think, one of the about second or third non-colored people that I had spoken with in regards of racism and accountability and acknowledgement, and it was just such a cool conversation to have. I love any opportunity and chance I get to speak with a person of non-color or a white person or how you say it, one that doesn't shy away from the conversation about racism, but that's not in the black culture. And so I appreciate the opportunity I had to speak with him on his podcast, that Mental Ginger show. He calls himself the Mental Ginger. He's a redhead. He's really cool. And so without further ado, here's our audio interview. Be sure to check him out as well. I'll definitely drop his information in my description below so you guys can show him some love and some clout. So check out our interview, and once I'm done, I'll come back on, give you a little bit more info on what's going on in Different World, and as well as some more projects I got working on and coming up. So here it is. Check it out.
Hello and welcome to That Mental Ginger Show with your host Andrew Darling, aka the Mental Ginger. Well, my 3 faithful followers, actually I have to stop saying that now because we've got a lot more than 3, and we always do have to keep bringing the guests for those that tune in, the faithful, and we just keep stepping our game up, we keep getting the good guests, and we've just secured a brilliant guest, an author who's getting very, very renowned success, I might add, and has joined the elite when you know they only go by one name, like Madonna's, Beyonce's, Cher's. Now we have someone that will surpass that, Difernt. Different, absolutely. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. As you said when we were coming on, it's been ages since we got the interview arranged, and I'm just so glad to finally get this going.
I know, finally, Andrew. What's up? Hey to everybody out there watching. Thank you so much for having me on the Mental Ginger Show. I'm so excited to chat with you about, so many, new things that's going on in my world, especially, with this pandemic and everybody's mental health being in shambles. So glad I had somebody like, who understands me just like you, even though we're on different sides of the world, that just goes to show, we're all one and the same no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's everybody's got a brain, and it's always going to be messed up, so doesn't matter about anything else. We want to know what's going on inside that brain, and what I like to do is to get my guests to tell my followers their origin story. Because if there's one thing we all have in common, we all have an origins. So the artist that is Difernt, I'm going to make so many parodies with this.
Go ahead.
Please tell my faithful followers your origin story.
Oh, shoot. We'll take it back to the year 1990. No. That's too far back.
Well,
But
I'm 1987, so you're okay.
oh, you beat me. You got me beat. But no, actually, December 15, 1990 was today is my birthday. I turned 31 today. But
for everybody that's listening for the recording, because some things these do go out a bit later. Sorry to spoil the magic, but the artist formerly known as Difernt, I told you I'm just gonna keep going
sorry.
with it. Has taken the time out of her day, a special day, her birthday, to grace this humble ginger with her presence. So officially, happy birthday, and I hope you had a great day up until this point.
Well, sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it. So many people have broken the illusion. You're not the first. You definitely won't be the last.
Better warn me next time.
I never like to warn. I just like watching it. It's all part of the fun.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So just my origin story. Coming up, I had a tough upbringing. I'm overcoming homelessness and foster care. Around the age of 11, I had a good upbringing up until that time. I ended up homeless with my family, living from pillow to post for the next 3 years, basically sleeping in, cars, shelters, bus stops, strangers' house, relatives. At one point, we even slept at, at parks in a crack house one time, a drug house. And so, at the age of 14, a family member, secretly placed me in foster care, and nobody knew where I was for 6 months. And I found out through another foster kid that, in the States, in Houston, Texas, which is where I'm from, they pay for, foster kids who age out of foster care their tuition to college. And so I used that as an opportunity to, get out of my situation. And I ended up going to a university here in Huntsville, Texas called Sam Houston State University. It is there where my motivational speaking bug was planted, where I started my own student organization titled Head Forward, an organization that was tailored to mentoring, educating, and volunteering to the youth that were in foster care and the youth in general. We would go to different high schools speaking with them about the importance of education. I also got the opportunity to travel abroad, and I studied abroad at Keimyung University in South Korea. And within that opportunity, I got to travel to 8 other different countries, and so that was where my travel bug was planted. And thus far, before the pandemic hit it, I was almost up to 50 countries that I had traveled to just about. But I ended up graduating from Sam Houston in 2013 and got my bachelor's in international business, and I have 2 minors in economics and business comm. A few years later, I got my master's degree in entrepreneurship. I'm now, a CEO of my own business, Third Eye Entertainment. Not to mention, I'm a Texas real estate agent, as well as a newfound author of my book, What If the Controversial Paradigm Shift. But all of that, Andrew, all those accomplishments under my belt, it doesn't mean, a doggone thing if, you're not happy inside. I still had feelings to deal with in the back of my mind, the trauma that I had been through in my childhood, my teenage years, all over into my adulthood. For me, growing up, chaos was normal. And I know I'm not the only one out there who can, who's been through that situation. So I was taken out of the situation that I was in, placed in foster care. I was placed in actually good homes with the school district, but for me, it was too good to choose, so I sabotaged it. And I just carried that characteristics carried throughout, high school, college, and into my adulthood, where I was sabotaging all of my career opportunities. One opportunity I had, I just let the demons in the back of my head get the best of me, telling me, I'm not good enough, they're not gonna like me, or they just take pity out of me. So I purposely showed up late to that meeting and it left a sour taste in my mouth. And for years, this happened I think in 2014, 2015. For years I had sat on that and other mistakes that I made, until one day I just woke up and just had to face the truth that, whatever it is that happened to me in the past, present, and the future, it's on me to go address that issue and go fix it. So I dismissed that notion that, most Black people don't do therapy or talk about our mental issues. And I took myself to therapy. And I'm so proud to say that, I've been in therapy now consistently for the past 2 years. I say that to anybody out there that's struggling with mental anguish. I know I might get ahead of myself, but
Okay, you've jumped to the last question. We're only at 7 minutes here.
Go ahead. No. Just gonna stop me then. Jump in for me.
Definitely not. I mean,
Feel free to cut me off.
definitely not. Well, I don't like to interrupt my guests at the best of times. And you were on a roll. I mean, in fairness, talk about Rihanna being one of the most successful businesswomen. So what you've done, and she can suck it. You're absolutely brilliant, man.
Well, I can't hate on her too much because she in her bag. I'm trying to get to where she's at, so I'm on my come up. I just tell people, with the pandemic, it's taught us that life is not promised tomorrow. It's time for anybody out there who feels as they're destined to live that good life. It's now or never to go after it. It's time to get rich during that pandemic or die trying. And for me, I always tell people you are either on that come up like Cardi B or that comeback like Robert D. And so I'm on that come up. There is no more in between. So don't worry, I'll be there with Rihanna pretty soon. It's just gonna take time and work and patience, just like how she had to put it in. She didn't become, success overnight, if you will, or at this level of success overnight. She had to put in that work and have to, keep going at it. So that's just what it is for me. I'm no different, if you will. The reason why, if you ask where the name Different comes from, in the beginning, it was of a crisis identity and that question of who am I, what is my purpose here. But as I've grown with the name and have evolved with it, for me, the term different, a lot of times people say, oh, I'm different than the rest. I'm not like most. I'm cut from a different cloth. And that may be true. Even for me, I just tell people come and learn different about me. But when I say different, it's not a vanity, it's a community. It's to be different from who you was in your past. You wasn't the best of who you was in your past. You change that person. You're different forward. So I say different. When you say my name different, it's not a vanity. It's a community.
I feel bad that was mispronounced. I was saying Difernt because it is spelled different, ironically, as well. But it's spelled differently. It's spelled differently from different, which makes it different.
Yeah, it's just different, just spelled differently. That's why.
Yeah. But no, I'm honestly blown away by everything that you've accomplished so far. You're still young. You've still got plenty of going, plenty of fight in you to keep going. And honestly, I just call it stalking because let's face it, if you're doing research, it's like you're stalking somebody. Because if you're doing all that stuff, you're having to check the socials and all that stuff. And if you didn't have a podcast, you get reported. So. So I was doing my research. I was seeing some of the talks that you were giving. I seen some of the opportunities that you had as the result of the book. And just getting to watch you go just in the short space of time that I've got to know you, it's been absolutely brilliant. The work that you're putting in, the stuff that you're doing. I was looking at she thinks that she must think I'm a bigger deal than I actually am. I sit in my dining room and hide from my wife and kids to do this.
No, I mean I'm grateful for it and I'm humble for it. I'm so happy, to be any podcast that's willing to have me on their show. I'm grateful for it because the message that I bring, it is a heavy message, but it's a message that's necessary. A lot of people like to sweep it under the rug, as well as even talking about mental health and suicide prevention. And so that's what my business, Third Eye Entertainment LLC, is about. We strive to bring social awareness to society through our products and services, educate, inspire, and entertain all at once. So my business is my life. With my third eye, that's where the term comes from. Being spiritually in tune with your third eye. When you're able to listen to your heart, your mind follows. You understand what's in front of you and accept what's in front of you. Sometimes we hang on to things that we don't need, even though we know we shouldn't. And for those who are, even though they've grown, so it's not spiritually mature. I'm not here to get religious or anything political.
You'd be surprised how many religious people You'd be surprised how much religion actually managed to seep its way into a podcast. I mean, the very first episode with Harmony, he's a Christian rapper, and then I had Coach on, who had this massive crisis of faith and spiritual awakening. Even in the previous episode, Joseph D, he's heavy. We had a heavy discussion about religion. And it was just because it just went that way. I think there must be something to do with America
Yeah. Well,
But
I can't say I'm a religious person. I'm more say I'm a spiritual because me, I gotta be real, shit. I got it in me to be a heathen sometimes. You know, I'm not a perfect person, and I'm not gonna sit and pretend like I ain't knowing. I got
no.
these, and I got a dark side to me. But for me, I choose to allow the light in me to shine no matter what, no matter how bad there is in me. And that's all it is in the world. That you know doesn't matter how many hangups you have, as long as you know your intentions are good when it comes back to giving to people and helping people and so to speak. You know, I try to do right by people because I'm a huge believer in karma. And so what you put out into this world comes back to you. So me, I like to pray, meditate. I do a lot of chakra healing and listening to chants and aromatherapy.
That's quite
So
interesting.
that's who I am.
I've heard about chakra, but I've never
Chakra?
actually known what it's about. So yeah, could you enlighten me on that?
So it for some people it may be hard to follow, but if you will, it's just basically, you know, what you're born with. You have, you know, several chakras. Your um, I'll start from the root because I used to do the root. From the root, you have your root chakra, your sacral chakra, then you have your heart chakra, you have your throat chakra, you have your third eye chakra, and you have your crown chakra. And so when you open those up spiritually, you're able to, you know, see the spiritual side of things, or such as, with your root chakra, your body's more in tune and active. Your sacral chakra is more in tune, you know, sexually. Your heart chakra, you know, you're able to love and forgive and have peace. You know, your throat chakra, you're able to speak your piece and articulate yourself, like how I'm able to talk with you and, you know, just articulate myself. You know, although sometimes I have trip ups and slip over my words.
Hey, I gotta say, your throat chakra is on fire today, Different. It's on fire.
Yeah. And then there's your third eye, you know, being spiritually tuned and, you know, asking for the spirit of discernment and listening to your conscience and what it's telling you. And then following that, aka following your heart and then allowing your mind, your crown chakra to do so as well.
The
And
only
so,
time I'd ever heard about chakra was when someone said, "Oh, my chakras are and this is out of whack."
yeah,
Can
yeah,
that
your
happen?
chakra, your energies. Basically, it's just energies, the energies that your body brings. You know, if you want your mind to be active and you need to clear your crown chakra by reading a book, meditating, or thing. Or a lot of people also pick up an art as a part of their meditation. For me, I love writing. I love doing affirmations, using like poetry. So that is my art form, if you will. That's why I wrote the book. That's where it actually came from. And so it's a lot deeper, but it's different for everybody. So for me, it's a different spiritual journey. It's difficult to explain because I don't want nobody to say, well, it'll be like this for me if I get into it. So what I would say to those who are interested in, you know, chakra healing is to do your research and be open-minded about it. Because then it takes you deeper. When I first started learning about chakra healing, then it got me into astral projection and so forth and so on. And so it's a spiritual journey that you must be willing and patience, have patience to, you know, be willing to go on and be open-minded to go on, you know, different other parts of the journey. The chakra healing is just the first part of it. You're mature enough and able to, you know, accept the beyond that, not available to our naked eye, what we don't see in this world. There is a spiritual world beyond it. I don't want to get off topic and people get to thinking, oh, she's all wacky.
No, it's all. This is the.
But you know, this is me. I don't hide who I am, and so you know, it's just what you get.
Yeah,
but
it's a good part of this podcast. We do diverge. We like to diverge and go into different topics, go into different tangents. Well, as long as we hit the main bullet points, but usually I'm all good. But it's not. I hate all the hosts that are like, what to do? You have to stick to this subject. Like this is an American football podcast, so we just have to talk about that. And if you diverge in any slight way, you're out.
Oh yeah, it's been like that for a couple of podcasts. But thank you so much, for just being flown with it. I like those type of people like that who just able to adapt. And so thank you.
It's mainly because I am one really nosy person. But being on a podcast host is classic.
That's what you need. Yeah, you gotta be nosy to be on a podcast. You gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
So
they call it being inquisitive. And I'm like, hey, I don't get in trouble now.
In America, we call it nosy, just flat out nosy.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely nosy. Well, in Scotland, we call it a gab shite.
Oh yeah, they got a gap in their mouth.
yeah, just because it never shuts up.
Yep.
So tell us about your writing. Tell us about for anybody who doesn't really know what the premise of the book, how the ideas came to be, what most
Okay,
people like
so
sell
my
it.
book,
Sell it.
What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift is a book that was written to inform and encourage thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systemic racism in America.
I
This is
love
a
that cover. I
fantastic.
absolutely love it. I love the colours of it as well. It's really vibrant.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Well, I love the colours. The cover is really vibrant.
Yeah, thank you. And so it's a book that, like I said, was written to inform and encourage thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systemic racism in America, but not just in America, all over. I just chose America because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And you asked the question, how did the book come about? So let's take it back to last year, 2020, being stuck in the house, dealing with my depression, going to therapy, talking with my therapist, and encouraged me to get back into my writing. So having a journal and doodling, affirmations one day. And then May 25th, 2020 happened, the day George Floyd dies. And, the world is in the shambles because they have to witness this man, lose his life on live stream, Facebook, basically. And being from Houston, I'm from Fifth Ward, a neighborhood called Fifth Ward. He's from Third Ward, right next to each other. That's actually where Beyonce is from. So
there we go.
Yep. So right next to each other, I wanted to, immediately, of course, they having protests, so I wanted to get involved, have my voice being heard. However, I felt that I wanted my voice to be heard longer than just in this moment in time. I wanted it to be heard even after I'm gone. And so, being spiritually tuned and talking with higher power and asking him to reveal to me what is it that I can do to contribute to this society, to this issue, and have my voice be heard, as well as something that's going to put me on a map. Like I said, I'm on a come up like Cardi B, and so this is what he revealed to me. And so June 2020, I just started writing these questions. What if, George Floyd was a white man who was killed by a black police officer? And then you'll see the illustration showing, a white man with a black police officer's knee on his neck. And so by I started in June. By December 2020, I took it to my lawyer and let her read the manuscript. And, she said she loved it and asked that question that rocked my world. What's the name of your business? And so I'm like, I kept telling her the title of my book, What If? She's like, I don't think you understand. You're going to have an LLC in order to sell a product to the public. And so that's where it gets serious for me, because it's more than just a book now. It's about bringing, like I said, social awareness to society through my product. So this is the first product that I have to offer. Not only do I do that, like I said, I do motivational speaking. I have a travel blog and a blog, so I do that. I share my excursions where I travel. And like I said, we talk about issues that are taboo and often swept under the rug, such as injustice, systemic racism. Not only that, we talk about the importance of mental health, as well as suicide prevention, domestic violence, issues that are often, like I said, taboo and swept under the rug. And so this is the first product that I have to offer, and I'm talking about the issue of injustice and systemic racism. It is available on my website, differentsworld.net. I just actually did a book fair last week, and I did 2 magazine appearances, and so it was on the radio. So it's a lot that it's only been I just dropped the book September 20th, so it's been just less than 3 months, and so far it's going pretty well. So that's how I know and I believe that in manifest and plan. That's also my motto: manifest, plan, prepare. Those who believe that they're destined for greatness, they have to manifest, plan, and prepare for it. For manifest, you have to speak it into existence like no other. You have to remove that doubt, remove that fear, and then replace it with faith. You write it out on paper, plan it out, plan out whatever it is that you're going to achieve. Have a backup plan, have an exit strategy, have the acceptance of, you can't plan for the unknown, but you already prepared for it, but you can accept that it's going to come. Next, you have to prepare for it. When I say prepare, that means get your house in order. Meaning financially, fix your financial house. Go fix your physical house if you need to. Go hit that gym. Go fix your mental house. Go talk to a therapist or anybody out there that's having that mental anguish. Go get help. Go cut those people off who mean you no well. Go do what you have to do to get yourself prepared for whatever it is that you're manifesting for when it comes to you. You can be prepared for it and you will know how to handle it so you won't squander it like I used to do. And so for me, I am manifesting, planning, and preparing for my book, What If Controversial Paradigm Shift, to be the book that rings the world's bell. It's not just a book about racism and putting it in white people's faces how they treat black people. It's more than that. For those who can make it, I have it set up in four main paradigms: historical, political, precedent, and hypothetical. And for those who are mature enough, Andrew, to make it through hypothetical, they will see it's not just about black and white, it's about unity and compassion and coming together all through community. I often, even in the book, The Devil is in the Details, for those who look at the illustrations, you will see I pay homage to Native Americans, Muslims, Asians, even the LGBT community, they're included as well. And so it's not just about black and white and pissing off white people, although it will piss off a lot of people. I'm not worried about that. Because the one thing I learned from number 45 is you go where you celebrate it and not where you tolerate it. And so, with that being said, he had after 4 years of being in office, he has 75 million plus people, still condoning his BS. So that resonates to me, and not just with him that I learned this from, is that, no matter who you are, what you're selling to the public, what you're providing, whatever you believe in, it's always going to be somebody who agrees with you and is going to condone what you're doing. So you go where you celebrate it and not where you tolerate it. And I tell it to everybody out there listening, stop trying to please people who don't like you from the get just because. That's okay. It's gonna be people who love you just because. Those are the people that you should, migrate to, and not worry about pleasing people, who you're not gonna remember in 5 to 4 years, or even the next year afterwards. And so that's where I'm at with this book, and I'm just manifesting, planning, and preparing that, it's gonna ring the world's bell. It's gonna put me on the map. It's gonna win multiple prizes such as the Pulitzer, the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm also manifesting that it's going to be turned into a mini TV series. I have so many plans and hopes and dreams for this book, and it's
Hey,
going to
if you
happen.
ever need a random white ginger guy to come over to America to act it out,
Come on with it, man, because that's what I need. That's what I look for. This is why I love.
I'll be the hypothetical white guy that gets killed. I'm okay with that.
No, and
I'll
it's
be
not even.
what? Because there's a show over in Scotland that ran for years and it was called Taggart. It's a murder, like Scottish murder drama. And every actor's credit during those years that it was on was that they all wanted to be a corpse in Taggart. Kind of like,
Oh wow.
Kind of like how you would say, some of the actors maybe in America would want to be like a dead body in CSI or one of the CSIs. So it's the same kind of thing with the Scottish side. So I'd be like, I could go one up them and go, yep, I have been a dead body on one of the best up and coming books. Well, this might be one of the best books that will be up and coming. Correct. But
Yeah.
I gotta be the dead guy.
Well, that may be all cool and dandy.
Well, definitely. If you can get that going, just hit me up.
Yeah, but definitely come on down and come. That's what this is my tagline: come and learn. So I definitely, if you get a chance to, that was actually going to be my question to you if you ever been to the States, but and if not, I'm going to invite you to Houston.
Yeah,
but
I have been to the States, but I've been to Houston.
No, definitely come and learn. Come and see how it goes. Now, the thing about Houston, even though this is the D South that I grew up in, a multi-ethnic place. Like this is just a melting pot. We have it all here. So I grew up in a tolerant environment. Even if I don't agree with your lifestyle, I can be tolerant of it. I just know how to, keep my opinions to myself and keep it moving. And so that's what this book, in general, in a sense, is all about. How to, just have compassion and love and unity for one another, just because, no matter what a person looks like, we're all struggling with something on the inside, be it, our finances, our relationship, our sexual orientation, whatever it is, we're all struggling with something on the inside. So why not be, practice kindness to one another by walking by, instead of passing judgment to somebody, you walk past them and you judging them just off the way they look, So with this book, it's my hope and prayer, to ring some bells. Of course, it's going to do that without a doubt, but also make people think. And over time, Andrew, I'm well aware that, change doesn't happen overnight. But what if, this is the generation that plants the seed for the next? And so I always say nothing beats a failure but a try. And So here's my contribution, and here's my opinion, me getting out there to the world and having my voice being heard. And now we're just gonna let the chips fall where they may.
Exactly. It's quite good how you say like it's said come up and learn. I feel like I've learned so much from you just in this short space of time. But so I'm always upfront. I'm always honest. Like where I am, not really a lot of diversity. Not a lot. But it's something that I never really knew that. It was like when I went to primary school, everybody was odd because we had a Muslim in our class. And like, that
culture shock.
Well, we have a Muslim in our class, and I'm like, but I was just like, that's your hair, that's one of my friends. Let's deal.
Yeah.
I understood it. It's the same like when it got out to like get to high school, to get to the work.
Yeah, high school. I didn't learn what racism was until I got into like middle school and high school, because I actually come from, like I said, a multi-bag. I have black, white, Hispanic, gays, everybody in my family. Yeah. So I didn't learn about colorism until I got to, middle school, high school. I didn't know any of that. And when I did, it affected me a little bit. But then as I grew up as an adult, learning right from wrong, you're able to make those decisions. And so I'm not, like I said, I'm not a perfect person, but over time, I've learned to treat people how I wanted to be treated, even if they're not going to return the favor. I'm not looking for, my reward to come from that person. It's going to come from, the higher being. The universe will bless me. Like I said, I believe in, what you put out comes back to you. And so I just try to treat people the way I want to be treated, even if it's not going to be returned. I know the universe is looking out for me. And so that's just what I try to live by, with my motto, in the Different World. Like I said, go to my website, differenceworld.net. You guys can find out all about me, my social media handles, my YouTube channel. Definitely, subscribe. You can see all my travel adventures, as well as, other videos I do and talk about. Did breast cancer awareness, suicide prevention. We did something for the fellas as well for the month of November. And so I have so much. I'm more than just an author with one book. I'm a motivation speaker. I love traveling all over the world. I'm more than just one option, I tell you. So if this world comes and learn.
Yeah, definitely. But Different. I'm absolutely blown away by you. But I really am. I'm so humbled by your experiences and how well you managed to take what was not really a good start in life, and able to harness it, use it, power you forward, and keep striving, keep going forward with it. And I wish you nothing but success. I wish you more success. I wanted to be going with seeing you on TV going, I don't know. I mean, that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
So we are starting to come up on time. So what I will do is probably answer it through the course, but I still like to ask the final questions to all my guests. If you could give one piece of advice to anybody that's listening right now who's struggling.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Hold on.
No worries. Everything all right at your end?
Hey Andrew, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I gotta go pick up my nephew right quick from the bus stop. But you said last piece of advice that I want to give to the audience. It's okay to not be okay, but just don't sit there and not be okay. If you're having any type of mental anguish, feeling suicidal, going through any type of anxiety or bullying, go get help. Go talk with somebody, even if it's picking up a hobby or cutting people off from me. Go get your mental health in check. And once you do that, you're able to free yourself from that mental bondage and do what it is that you want to do in life, and achieve what it is that you want to achieve. You just have to manifest, plan, prepare for it, and be ready for it. This world, come and learn.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for having me. I just, again, you guys, go buy my book, What If a Controversial Paradigm Shift, differenceworld.net. Spell how you see it, DIFERNTSWRLD.net. I'm so sorry to rush you, Andrew, but the bus driver will leave if I don't go get him.
That's all. Go get your nephew. I'll do the wrap up.
All right.
It's all good. It's been brilliant talking to you. I'll catch you up.
Different World, come and learn, everybody. Peace. All right.
Bye, Different.
Peace.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my audio interview with the host of That Ninja Ginger Show, Andrew Durney. Definitely had a great time talking with him. Be sure to check him out on his YouTube channel. Information below in the description. as well as big shout out to him again for having me, and as well as I want to take this time to dedicate the podcast and this vlog to my mother. His podcast actually, our interview, it debuted the day my mother passed, and so I had no idea that our interview had posted, and it wasn't until like a couple of months ago I had found out about it. And so I dedicate the interview and this vlog to my mother, Vernchell, at Chenevert. It actually makes 10 months today without her. October 26th. We just had her birthday on the 1st. I'm very mellowing right now, but I did wake up this morning feeling a lot of sorrow and heaviness. But I'm working through it. It's going to be okay. And I know that she's all right. And so this one's for you, Mom. I love you. And I miss you so much. But that being said, you guys, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do appreciate all the love that I'm getting, all the support. People are slowly but surely coming in, finding out about me, and I appreciate it. And so, just like my boy Andrew, I'm starting out just how he did it, slowly but surely. And now look at him, he's already getting paid advertisements with his YouTube channel, and he already has over 2,000 subscribers, and he had already working on monetizing his second YouTube channel, and so he's an inspiration for me to look at when it comes to this YouTube game and coming up. And so be sure to like his YouTube channel as well, you guys. As well as moving on, other projects I got going on in Different. So tomorrow we have our what's tomorrow? Thursday. Golly, it's going by so fast, man. So we have our pop culture vlogs that we drop in. Hocus Pocus 2 review on the movie Hocus Pocus 2. So be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about that, you guys. Definitely be sure to tune in and watch that and share that vlog. As well as, what else we got going on? Got some travel vlogs coming up I'm working on. What else we got? I have an interview dropping I just did with the African American newspaper in Houston, so I'm very excited about that, you guys. I got a lot going on. I just dropped my motivation vlog earlier this week about moving in silence, and so I'm trying to practice what I preach with that and move in silence, and not talk too much about what I have going on behind the scenes, but it's a lot. And so stay tuned in, so when I drop these information and pull up on you guys with new content, you guys just come and learn about it. And so just keep rocking with your girl and just keep learning about me, as well as don't forget, go to my website and get my book. It's right here about What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift. Again, a book that's written to inform and encourage thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systemic racism in America. And again, it's done through graphic and provocative illustration. And again, it's meant to ring the bell and get the conversation started. So be advised that it's sensitive content and it's for grown folks only. As well as, you guys, don't forget, you can check me out on all my other social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also book me for any type of motivational speaking events or grassroots conversations you'd like for me to be a part of. I am free of charge as of now, but won't be soon before long. So I'm booking them gigs, getting those big bucks. And so get it in while you can with me. And so with that being said, moving on, let's do a mental health check real quick before we get out of here, you guys. Again, for anybody going through any type of mental anguish, being depression, anxiety, bullying, whatever the case may be, feeling suicidal, just know that it is okay to not be okay, but do not sit there and not be okay. If you need to, if you know anybody that needs these mental health resources, please share them with them. Excuse me. For those that may need the crisis hotline, the number is 1-800-273-8255, or you can call or text 988, or you can text 741-741 if you need to reach out to somebody. For those who prefer to go online, you can go to mentalhealthishealth.us, or you can go to 988lifeline.org. Or for those that are outside the U.S., you can go to incounseling.com and they can give you directory of resources for your country that you are in. That again is spelled ENCONUSCLING.com. And again, just know that it's okay to not be okay, but do not sit there and not be okay. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I might need to call the crisis hotline today because I'm having mixed emotions right now. It's surreal, but then it's real to me, man. Like I know that she's gone, but then in the back of my head, I'm just steady asking, is she really gone? Is she gonna come back? Or I'm looking at her phone thinking, is she gonna call? But I know that she's not. It's just the process of mourning is what I'm going through, and I know that I'm not the only one that's going through it out there. And so I know I'm not alone, and so please know that you are not alone, and we will get through this together. And so with that being said, the way that you can get through any type of mental anguish that you're feeling is to focus on any type of goal or dream that you want to accomplish and go after and tackle, or any type of fear you want to overcome. That's something that you can take your mind off of any mental anger that you're going through and get you back focused, then go after it. Like I said, whatever it is that you have to free yourself from that mental bondage to keep you from going off the deep end and hopefully not taking anybody with you. I'm also thinking, I'm about to go hit the gym. You may have to stand there for like an hour or two just to, kill time. But in the end, that's healthy. That's a healthier thing than, just laying in bed and crying all day. And so that's what I'm going to go do. And so hopefully you guys are doing something positive and proactive and doing whatever it is that you have to do to free, like I said, free yourself from that mental bondage and take back the reins and controls of your life. Because remember, you are the captain of your ship. You decide when it's time for it to go down. You decide where it navigated, where it goes. It's all on you, nobody else. And so with that being said, guys, please trust and believe whatever it is in life that you believe that you are destined for. You have to manifest, plan, and prepare for it, and then it will surely come to you. For sure. Difference will come and learn.
What if?
What if in 1619 Africans started dealing in slave trading?
The tables were turned around.
What if they kidnapped millions of Englishmen, women, and children from their homeland and brought them to America on a slave ship?
What if a controversial paradigm shift is a book written to inform and encourage consistent, thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systematic racism in America through graphic but provocative illustration? What if provides a different perspective by detailing controversial deaths and events as 4 categorized paradigm shifts: historical, political, precedent, and hypothetical? What if a controversial paradigm shift by author Difernt. Go to differenceworld.net.